Alright, so lots of great things about this city. You know, George Washington worshipped at that church over there, and the Declaration of Independence was read right behind me. But look at these folks here. I don't know if you can see through the reflection, but this is the Portsmouth Breakfast Club. It's a group of people that get together every Wednesday at 6:48 to 6:45 is just too early. And hi. You know, I hold doors, that's what I do. But look at this. We're gonna go in totally unprompted. We're gonna ask these fine folks what they think makes Portsmouth a great place to visit. So for folks out there in Seattle, you know, give me something. Give me a pitch.
Oh, there's lots happening in Portsmouth. There's a ton of agencies here. There's a lot of really plugged-in people, and you know, there's a really active scene. Lots of people doing events. Just last night we had Hula.
But a little more self-serving. You got to check out the music hall.
Absolutely have to check out the music hall. We have 2 theaters, a 900-seat historic hall built in 1878, and a 100-seat new space that opened in April of last year, and we're doing all sorts of really cool stuff, so check it out. We're at Music Hall on Twitter, and you can find us online at themusichall.org.
Monty Bohannon. You'll see this guy in a lot of video this week, but we were at the Hula event last night.
It was a great party.
It sounds like it was a good fundraiser, because that's what it was all about, was raising funds for 3S.
It was. We raised over $700 for the night.
All right.
And everybody had a really great time.
And now Portsmouth Breakfast Club.
That's right. There's always something going on in Portsmouth.
But you're not from New Hampshire.
I am not. I'm actually from Idaho.
And all right, so for these folks from Seattle, because I'm sure you know where Idaho is, right? Right. I think they said yes.
Yes, I'm sure.
But what brought you out here to Portsmouth?
Awesome quality of life. I came out here for the education, and I stuck around because it's an amazing place to live.
I just moved here to Portsmouth not too long ago, and I've really been surprised at, you know, what a incredibly engaged, vibrant, involved tech community here with, you know, search, social media, design.
Yeah.
So it's really cool because prior to moving to Portsmouth, I saw it as, you know, kind of a quaint little seaside village, and really I'm kind of getting to become more and more familiar with what an incredible media hub this city really is.
Well, as I like to say, it's America's favorite little port city.
Yeah.
What is this Portsmouth Breakfast Club that I've been telling these folks about?
Well, it's hard to put your finger on, really. It's people getting together, fingers on it. Eating breakfast, talking about nerdy things, Portsmouth history.
Does search ever come up in the conversation?
Search comes up a lot in the conversation.
It has today, at least.
Search happens in the conversation because somebody will mention something and we'll be like, is that on Twitter? Is that on Google? And we'll search for it. And hopefully it'll come up if they're using good SEO practices.
That's right. But we can always improve, which is why we need the good folks at SEOMoz.
Exactly.
We'll get the lighting right, Walter. What do you say?
Sounds awesome.
All right.
I think it's important.
All right, so folks, when you come down here to Portsmouth, Walter has done a lot of work with Foursquare and location-based applications, but give them a compelling reason of why they should come to Portsmouth. What do you think?
Oh my, well, I think the people is one of the greatest parts of Portsmouth. It's, you know, it's a scene where you have 4 different seasons, so you've got 4 different lifestyles that happen around the world, around the year, which brings all sorts, you know, so that diverse weather brings the diverse people out. The digital lifestyle, the location to Boston, but not having to be in the middle of that city.
Yeah.
People come from far and wide and find out that New Hampshire and Portsmouth, the seacoast, is a great place to get away from it all, but still have it all. And you know, you end up with you know, the likes of my friend Dan, you know,
That's me,
walking
guys.
around, you know, and making the digital lifestyle come to life on video. You don't really see that around, you know, anywhere else in New Hampshire for sure. And it's just a remnant of the digital lifestyle that's coming up from Boston, I think.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, Walter Ellie.
Cheers. Cheers.
Mark Fortier here from New Hampshire Patch.
Yes.
Now, not only are you a writer for New Hampshire Patch, but you're the editor.
Writer, editor, whatever else they
I'm
need
sure
to
they
do.
know
Yeah.
about Patch out in Seattle.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but
I'm not sure we're in Seattle, but we're in California, all over the
Okay.
place. So
you probably have heard of it. If not, you should search for it.
very clever.
But give them a rundown of you know, your reasons for coming to Portsmouth, especially, but also how you use search.
Well, I mean, I've always, you know, been a big fan of Portsmouth. There's so much going on here. It's such a social media savvy city. I mean, within, you know, a few blocks, you've got all kinds of web design companies and different firms doing great work. So obviously there's a lot going on here, and I think there's a lot that that could be focused on by, you know, if people would come in here and want to talk about what's going on in the city. As far as search engine, I mean, we do a lot with SEO and trying to come up with headlines that will attract attention and get people to click on our stories. We're still a relatively new company, been around for probably 3 years, a year in New Hampshire, so that's something that we focus on a lot.
So do you think a visit from the good folks at SEOMoz would help you in your practices of titling and building search into your articles?
Absolutely. We're always looking for ways to optimize, you know, how people get into our stories and find our stories, especially as a relatively new entity here.
All right.
So definitely.
So if that's not the most compelling reason, I don't know what is. Man. See that? That was a high five, SEOMoz.
Yeah.
Quite on a roll with the
We
high
had
fives.
a thing yesterday, SEOMoz and I.
All right.
Yeah. About high fives. They gave me a high five, so I told them I'd get some high fives. So how about some high fives? Yeah.
Dude.
Heck yeah. I love it. I
High
love high
five.
tens
High
too.
five.
That's even better.